practices now, and that's what I want to focus on, making sure that we're able to provide state-of-the-art quality facilities and programming for Baltimore families.
Good morning, Madam Mayor. This is Tim Watts. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
All right. I was wondering how the riots impacted the city's budget. How is that going to affect the money that you'd already planned to spend this year?
Well, we are doing that assessment, the dollar figure on the city resources that have had to be spent. But you have to understand, when you have something like that happen, yes, it does cost resources, but it also makes us eligible for different types of resources from outside of the city, whether they're state dollars or federal dollars. So, we're doing that assessment right now of the total impact on the city's budget.
Yeah, it's probably still too early to tell how much the whole thing is going to cost, I'm sure.
Well, we're tallying that up. While we work very hard to stay current across the administration, there were some costs outside of the administration that we are continuing to calculate.
Good morning, Mayor. This is Coach McAdams. My first question is, after the initial outbursts of violence, you stated to the media that they had taken your words out of context. But later on the national show, I believe it was Meet the Press, you stated that you used the wrong words. My question is this. In any way, did you give an order to the police department to allow violence to take place as long as it was property and not people being harmed?
Absolutely not. That was a fiction that has been created in the news. I that's not even something I would do to make that type of order. I was trying to explain, and it's interesting because people who were sitting there in the press conference, they understood what I was saying. I was saying that people took advantage of the space that we have to give in order to protect people's First Amendment rights. And what I was trying to explain was that people took advantage of that space to destroy, not to protest, not to exercise their rights as Americans, but to destroy our city. That's all I ever tried to convey, that how some people took advantage of this space. I would never give any type of order like that. I worked too hard to build up this city. Some of those things that were burned were businesses that we fought to get into those communities. I would never, ever, as hard as I've worked over the 20 years, my 20 years in public service, I would never give anyone space to destroy, encourage anyone that works for me to give someone space to destroy. It's everything that I've done in my life is in opposition to that. To that concept, to that statement, it's opposite of everything that I stand for.
But can't you understand? And I believe everything that you said. I'm not questioning that. But from a perception standpoint, can you understand, based on what you said and what people witnessed? You made the statement, and again, I respect and I agree with your explanation you just gave. But what you said in your statement of allowing people space to protest and destroy, and what people witnessed of property being burned and looted and police standing there, can you not understand the perception that people have gotten?
But let me explain this. Being willing to accept that perception, that I can understand that perception doesn't mean that I made that order. So I can understand how people have, misconstrued what I said. Like I said, if you listen to the whole statement, what I say is very clear. What I mean is very clear. If you look at my track record, it is very clear that that's not something that I even would believe in. Is it that perception? Can I understand where people got that perception if they don't know me, if they didn't listen to the whole statement? Of course I can understand that perception. Does not change the fact that I never did or never would give a stand-down order, period.
Second question, there was a period last year or a year before that where you wanted to earmark monies that were specific for parks and recs, and you wanted to earmark those monies to go into the new detention center. I believe the city council voted you down on that. Can you talk about that and your sudden change in putting more emphasis on Parks and Recs?
So you would have to be more specific, because I don't recall any vote where the city council voted me down on money that was going to a detention center. So, I mean, I don't know if this is like your thing to make these speculations, but
no, I'm not speculating, Madam Mayor. I don't speculate. That this was a story that was discussed here. In all due respect.
With all due respect, give me the bill number that they voted down, and we can have this discussion.
Okay, and I will have that for you.
Madam Mayor, I want to pick up on the situation where you announced the Baltimore City water industry youth career mentoring program. And of course, as you know, I know that you have the same interest, and we're going to team up hopefully very soon to help with the summer job initiative. But this is not summer. Is this a summer job extension? The Baltimore City water industry youth career mentoring program. It's a program, as I understand it, to prep young adults for high demand careers in the water industry.
We're working across industries, whether it's manufacturing,